Hello and welcome to Become the Teapot. I'm Ian.
And so am I. This week we have that rarest of art forms, a comic book movie starring Ryan Reynolds. And no, it's not Deadpool. Neither is it Deadpool 2. Nor is it X-Men Origins Wolverine. And no, it's not Blade Trinity. No, this week we discuss... Oh, and it's not R.I.P.D. either. This week, for better or worse, we will be discussing 2011's Green Lantern and comparing it to the 2004 story Green Lantern Rebirth and the 2008 arc Green Lantern Secret Origin, both written by Geoff Johns. So after reading this, who was your favourite Green Lantern?
I mean, I am a fan of the classics, no matter what it is. So I think Hal would probably still be my favourite. I don't think we see enough of Kyle to make a choice, really. I like him, but you know, he's not going to be pushed up the list. I think Guy was a bit of a dick, but not as much of a dick as Batman. I like Hal, then John, then probably Kyle, and then Guy.
See, Guy is my favourite. I like Guy Gardner a lot. But if you had just read this, I would understand not having that opinion. But after this, they relaunched Green Lantern with Hal as the main character. They later relaunched Green Lantern Corps, a separate comic which focused on a lot of the other Green Lanterns, fleshing out those characters. So from that, Guy Gardner became my favourite Green Lantern.
Well, there you go. If you branched out a little bit, would that still be the same? I mean, people like Kilowog or Sinestro, other ones like that?
Yeah, I think probably so, because a lot of those other characters are fleshed out a bit more in Green Lantern Corps, but, you know, the human characters still get more focus. But I did like how a lot of those alien characters were included in the film as Easter eggs. In fact, actually, that seems like the perfect time. Shall we move on to Ian's Egg Hunt?
Ian's Egg Hunt. Ian's Egg Hunt. Ian's Egg Hunt.
I'm not yoking you.
So this is the part of the show where Ian highlights some of the Easter eggs in this week's film. What have you got?
So, just carrying on from Kilowog, in both the comic and the film, just before he trains Hal, he says, this is the worst day of your life, which I quite like that.
Does he say it like Ray Winstone?
This is the worst day of your life.
Probably not quite as Cockney. I do like it when the film uses the same wording or similar wording to the comics.
Yeah, because he used is it Poozers as well, which is sort of Kilowog's catchphrase, as it were.
Yeah, that as well. But yeah, also regarding the pilot call signs. So in the film, Carol and Hal both have them on their helmets. So Hal's is Highball, which his dad's was the Flying Martini. So they're both cocktails.
Yeah.
Quite a nice little touch. And Carol's is Sapphire, which is a callback or a call forward, I guess, to when she becomes a star Sapphire. I think they might call themselves the Violet Corps, but I don't quite know if that's canon or not.
That was, sort of a bit of retcon there. So they made them the Violet Corps later on.
And also, I mean, during the film, I got tones of the Superman theme within the music. And so I found out that the editor of this film was the same guy who did Superman 1 and 2.
Oh, right.
It's called Stuart Bard or Bird, I'm not too sure how his last name is pronounced. And then one final one to end on. As we've said, Hal is a bit of a douche, but he has a nephew that he turns up to his party and he passes in this see-through plane, which I suppose could be an Easter egg for Wonder Woman's invisible jet.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a stretch, but could be.
It could be. I didn't really think about it, but I get it's a kind of a weird gift, isn't it? So, yeah. If it is that, that's probably the most world building they did in the whole film.
Yeah, and I can't find this, but it says it online on several sites. Apparently, there is a sign for Central City, which is obviously the home of the Flash.
Yeah.
But I went through the scenes quite carefully and I could not find it. So I think it's one of these little online trivia that's not actually real. I think someone's quoted it and it's been quoted over and over again and it's not actually part of the film.
You couldn't find a screenshot anywhere, or?
No, literally can't find it in there at all. But if someone can, then please do point out where it is.
Some people just aren't as dedicated to the eggs as you are.
I think we should mention that he blatantly killed those three guys.
Yes, definitely.